Hello everybody, hope you guys are all doing great with everything. I can't wait to see you guys on day one of the AWS training. So before we talk about a lot of the aspects of AWS on day one, so it's helpful quite a bit to install a couple of pieces of software. These are, I call them as prerequisites. So these prerequisite softwares must be installed before you come to the first day of the AWS training, so that we will better utilize the time. So these are simple piece of software. Probably you already you may already have it in your laptop. So, but let's look into that again. Before we do these couple of pieces of software, I want you to go to this website called aws.amazon.com/free. So idea here is to set up your free account, AWS free tier account. AWS gives you a lot of the services that we need, for our certification and for the whole course. They're going to give you free for the first year. So please take advantage of that, and then click on this create a free account. Use your I know I'm already logged in here, so I'm gonna log out. So once you log out here, aws.amazon.com/free, it takes you back here. Create a free account and give your email ID, click on next, enter your password and other details. It asks you for your details, your billing address, and also it asks for your credit card details. Please do not worry about it. So go ahead and give the credit card details, but don't worry about getting charged. You will not be charged until you use the resources. And we are going to talk about what is free, what is not, couple of classes into the program. So don't worry about it, but I want you to give the credit card details and go ahead and get you signed up for this free account. So once you have the free account, go ahead and log in to AWS Management Console, and then explore all the services that AWS gives. If you can't do that, don't worry. We'll talk about it on day one, and then that's what the whole course is about. So don't worry about it. So that's number one, setting up the free AWS account. The number one is that's number one. The number two is for Windows people, we need a piece of software called Putty. So Google Putty download. So Putty is a piece of software that is used to log in from your machine into a server, a Linux server that we are going to provision in AWS in our classes. So at that time, you need this one. So go ahead and download Putty, and we need actually two pieces. We need Putty, this one, 64, mine is a 64-bit, so I'll go ahead and install it. It's not a installer really. If you really look at it, it's just a piece of, it's a small software. So go ahead and click and install it. Yes, that's it. After you installed Putty, search for Putty. You should get the Putty app, and this is how it looks. So this is where you're going to give the host name, the remote host name, your AWS server. Once we provision the AWS server, we will give the details here, and we will log into that. So this is one piece of software. The other one that you need is one is package files, the other one is binaries. You can also directly download the putty.exe file. One is Putty, the other one is called Putty Gen. So here, search for Putty Gen. puttygen.exe. So mine is a 64-bit, so I'm going to download it directly. So it's going to be downloaded into downloads folder. So click on it. So you may be wondering, what is this Puttygen and why do I need it? Well, Puttygen helps you generate a public private key pair. Okay. So the authentication for all the AWS based AWS servers is a public and private key pair based authentication. So you'll be able to generate a key pair, or this is what we use for. So once you provision a server, a new server in AWS, it's going to give us a specific private key file in a specific format called .pem. So that is good for Unix-based machines like Unix, Linux, or Mac, but not for Windows. For Windows, we need to convert that .pem file into .ppk. So we are going to load that, and then we're going to load the PM file and open it. It will automatically generate it. So don't worry, that one we will be doing it in the class somewhere in the day 2 or day 3, or probably not day 2 or day 3, day 1 itself we will be doing it. So, but we need this Putty keygen. Okay, so these are the 2 pieces of software that we needed, and the third one is, we may not need it for day 1, but I'll tell you anyway, is a SQL client. So as part of this course, we are going to install a relational database in AWS, and we will try connecting to that database from our local machines. For that, we need a SQL client. So the SQL client that I recommend it's called MySQL Workbench. MySQL Workbench download. Go ahead and Google for that. And the first one, you should get it. Sure, it's Microsoft Windows. And if you need for Mac, go ahead and select change your operating system. Oh, by the way, for Mac people, you do not need Putty or Puttygen. By default, you have a piece of software called Terminal. So you will use Terminal to log into the virtual servers. Okay, so you don't need it. Okay, anyways, let's get back and go ahead and install. You don't need to log in. Just say no thanks, just start my download. So I downloaded it and I'm installing now. Just next. Everything is pretty straightforward. That's it. It should be that straightforward. Now search for MySQL Workbench. There you go. It's already readily available for you to connect to the database, the demo database that we are going to provision in AWS as part of the course. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing much. So these are the prerequisites. So to recap, we need AWS free account. We are going to be doing a lot of hands-on lab work. So I'll be teaching very less. Pretty much meaning I'll be talking very less, probably first 30-45 minutes or so, and then after that we're going to be pretty hands-on everywhere. So we need it. We need that free account, and we need Puttygen, and then MySQL Workbench. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll talk to you guys again. Bye-bye.